Hey World Changers, it's me, Miss McCarthy, with your Motivational Monday episode for the week. In this episode, we are going to chat about the number one person that you should be in constant competition with. But before we dive into that, don't forget to tap that like button and hit subscribe or follow so you are the first to know when I drop a new video. I hope that you were able to rest and recharge this weekend, and now it's Monday, and we know that Mondays, they tend to get a bad reputation. You all know that for years I dreaded Mondays until one day I thought to myself, what if I keep, having the Monday blues, because that's the message that is continuing to spiral around in my brain. What if I change the message to being pumped and excited about Mondays?
Hey, I'm pumped. Hey, I'm excited. It's Monday.
And that is exactly what I did. And I tell you what, it changed my life. So I want you all to get this from a very young age. The idea that Mondays, they don't have to be bluesy. They don't have to be sad and stressful. Mondays can be amazing if that is what you choose for them to be. So let's go ahead and bust out our best power pose. So everybody stand up. Let's put our feet apart. Hands on your hips, shoulders back, looking fierce, and repeat after me. This is how I Monday. Awesome, let's go ahead and dive in. All right, everybody, for a few weeks now, we have been breaking down the Taking on the Best theme song because yes, I am a math teacher for grades 3, 4, and 5, and I like to incorporate music when I can into my math video lessons. And I have a song, it's called Taking on the Best. We've been going over it for a few weeks, and today we are going to dissect, we're going to analyze everyone's favorite part to sing at the end, which is, you know why? I'm taking on the best. One of the absolute best things about teaching is building those relationships with students. That's why teachers love teaching. They love to build relationships with all of you. And for the lyrics that we're going to discuss today, I'm taking on the best, there's one student who jumps instantly into my mind. In this video, we'll call him Nolan. Now, that's not his real name, but we'll go ahead and just call him Nolan for this episode. Now, I was never Nolan's classroom teacher. At this point, when he arrived at school, I was a math coach, so I was working with a lot of different students. And on the day of the big test at the end of the year, I went over to go wish Nolan good luck. When I finally found him, he ran to me and just grabbed me and gave me the tightest hug ever, and I could tell that he was super nervous.
I'm so nervous, Miss McCarthy. What if I get the worst score out of everyone in this class?
So right away I told him, Nolan, you are one of the hardest workers I have ever met. You are somebody who takes charge of your learning. You have completed every assignment in class and for homework to the very best of your ability. I told him that your only mission today is to show what you know and to throw down your very best, that you can't control what is going to be on the test, but I can assure you that you have taken charge of your learning and you have given everything that you've got this year. And so all you gotta do is do that again today. You're worried about getting the worst score, but guess what? You're not in competition with anybody else today except for one person. The person who is staring back at you in the mirror, yourself. You can't control the questions, but you can control your effort. You are going to throw down your very best on this test because that is who you are. So whatever score comes back, you can stand in your truth and you can be proud of yourself for giving it your all. And I will be right there to back you up because I know firsthand that you have given it everything that you could this year. And that's what that line in the song is all about. I am taking on the best, the person that's looking at me in the mirror. You should know what your best looks like, and wherever you are, wherever you go in life, it's important that you give your 100% effort. At school, I know it's fun to see your friends and to hang out, and guess what? There's a time and a place for that, like at lunch or at recess. But if instruction is happening in school, if you're learning something, it's really important that you pay attention. Those friendships, they can wait. Your education is what is important there, taking charge of your own learning. So if you're practicing something independently or in a small group, focus on that task. And then when you're with your friends or at home with your family, you can be with them 100%. You focus on being with your friends and your family. So again, when you look in the mirror, who do you see? Yourself, right? You know what your best effort looks like. You know when you are truly giving it everything you've got. You know, you can feel it in your soul knowing that you're struggling and that you're really trying to focus and overcome something. That is giving your very best. And guess what? Some days you're sick or you're not feeling your best, right? So your best effort looks under where it typically is, and that's okay too. Even when you're sick, just give it the best that you can, knowing that it's not truly the best effort overall in life that you can give. You got to give yourself a little bit of slack on the days that you're not feeling well. And we all get distracted sometimes. Sometimes I'm working on something and I catch myself looking at something that's not even related to work, or thinking about something that's not even related to work. I catch myself and I say, come on, McCarthy, sit down, focus, and get back to work. When you're at work, focus on work. Back to Nolan. He was able to catch himself that day too. And he said,
You're right. I have worked hard this year, and I'm not going to throw away all of that hard work because I'm a little nervous. I'm going to focus, and I'm going to take it one step at a time.
It was really cool because he went from being super nervous to where I could see him turning on his power and his focus. When I saw him after the test, I asked him, how did it go? And he told me that there were a lot of questions. He understood them, he worked them out. And he said there were some that were challenging, and I'm not really sure about those. But one thing I do know for sure is that I gave it my best shot. So your takeaway for today's Motivational Monday episode is, I'm taking on the best. Meaning that you become somebody who is constantly standing in your truth and knowing, am I being the best version of myself right now? So turn on your power, turn on what your best looks like, and you will be amazed at where life takes you. And if you need help getting better at math so that you can become the best version of yourself when it comes to math for grades 3, 4, and 5, you can head on over to my website at mccarthymathacademy.com, and I would love to help you on your journey with that. Before we go, let me remind you that you were born with something special, and it's your mission in your lifetime to figure out what that is and then use it to make this world a better place. And yes, I mean you. I'll see you next time, World Changers.